Warriors is a children's fantasy book series about feral cats living in the woods of rural England. They live in 4 groups called clans, and while simplified for a younger audience to understand, the plots usually dealt with the interconnecting lives of the clans and topics of war, politics, revenge, and loss. Each arc is 6 books, and with almost 70 books published and more planned, there's no shortage of content. Due to the nature of the books and just how often beloved characters died in brutal ways, kids who had never been able to ordinarily access content this shocking went all out in their fan art, and gratuitous gore was a staple of the early days of the fan base. Despite being relatively unknown, this community is huge. With each new book, there was more and more content, and there were a lot more editors, inspiring new editors to start up. But the fanbase really started to take off in around 2008-2009. One video in particular was by a user named AliCatnia. It was the start of an animated Warriors series called Warriors of the Forest, and that, in turn, made a whole animation community spring up seemingly overnight. Everybody was making their own warrior cats animated. There were parodies, serious animations, AMVs, and anything in between. There was a brief period of quiet, but then a new trend hit the scene: maps, or multi-animator projects. Multiple people all got together to animate one scene or song. While collaborations among editors had existed before and there was always animation, there had never been anything on this scale before. From there, the fanbase never really slowed down. It just kept putting out hit after hit, and the sheer ambition of these projects is incredible. All made by hobbyists in their spare time for free, just for the entertainment of others. These maps are works of art in their own right, with enviable art direction and fluid animation, which I don't think anybody, even people who had been in the fandom since the beginning, ever could have seen coming. And it hasn't stopped. There is still more projects coming out every day. Warriors' online presence keeps growing, and yet a lot of people don't even know about it.
What are some good warrior cat names? What is a warrior cat? I have no fucking idea what's going on with this question. So
there's no more details?
That's
tell
it.
Me there's more details.
That's all.
Wait a minute.
That's all we've got.
But what does that have to do with me? Why am I talking about it? Well, this is my Warriors character, Sandshadow, and this is me. I picked up Warriors when I was just a little kid who refused to read anything other than animal books, and I never stopped reading. When I was 11, I saw a Warriors video on YouTube and decided I was going to do that. So I taught myself how to edit in Windows Movie Maker, and I made my first big project. It wasn't much, but I loved making it. I fell in love with editing. I read about how movies were made, I learned about professional editing, and I practiced my own edits more and more. Warriors, in its weird roundabout way, got me into film school, and I could never leave this community if I wanted to. I just like it way too much, and I like to tell people that I owe my career to these ridiculous cat books.